Hi everyone, I'm Casey Holmes and this is The Makeup Room. Today's episode is going to be super fun because we're vamping it up with a dark and sassy look, inspired by Mavis, the vampire ingenue in Hotel Transylvania 2. You'll remember Mavis from the original Hotel Transylvania, voiced by Selena Gomez. She's back, looking and sounding sharp as ever. I'm excited to teach you her look today with a major smoky eye and an optional dark lip that will take you from mysterious minx to full-on vampire vixen. So for Mavis's look today, she has really pale skin, of course the statement super dark lip, and she has a smoky eye with really fluttery lashes. So mainly what we're focusing on is her lips and her eyes and just making everything look super vampy and smoked out.
I love California. 48 flavors. This place is open all night, right, sir?
Yes.
Okay, so to start out, we're just gonna do our foundation, and I am just gonna take this fluffy brush and put this all over my skin. Like I said, I'm not gonna do too much with the skin just because her skin is really pale and there's not much going on. So I'm gonna make sure to just blend this out completely. Okay, so after you have it blended out and you got the desired coverage that you want, I'm gonna take a little bit of concealer and just put this underneath the eyes. Since we are doing a really smoky eye, you don't want to not put on concealer because it's gonna help brighten everything up and make it look more clean and put together. So this one from MAC is the Pro Longwear, and it's one of my favorites because it lasts for so long, and that's super important when you're doing a dramatic look. You want to make sure it lasts for a really long time. So I'm just going to apply this right there. I like to apply some in the inner corner as well to, again, brighten it up since we are doing such a dark color really close to the inner corner. Then I'm just going to take my same foundation brush and just blend this out underneath the eye and a little bit on the top of the cheek just to make sure it all blends together. And then for the inner corner, I'm just gonna take my fingers, which are your best tools, and just blend this out. Okay, and another important part of this look is to really set everything in place. So I'm just gonna take this Lorac Pro contour palette and the yellow highlight in it. It will just help keep everything nice and bright. I'm just gonna set everywhere that I put concealer. And to also, if you have oily skin like me, I like to put just a little bit down the center of the face just to make sure I don't get too shiny when I'm doing this. So for the eyes today, I'm going to be using this Morphe palette. It just has a ton of really dark colors like Mavis has in the movie. So I'm going to take this really deep brown right here and I'm going to put that all over my lid. And you just want to make sure you tap off any excess just so that you're not bombarded with a ton of color. Again, I'm putting this all over my lid and you want to take it right to the crease. And try not to go above that. And make sure the color is super intense right here at your lash line. Okay, so now what we're gonna do is we're gonna take a more precise blending brush. This one from MAC is a 217 and it's really amazing. And I'm gonna take kind of a lighter brown shade right here and we're gonna put that into the crease just to help blend out the edges of this so it's not looking crazy. And with darker colors, you really just need to take your time in blending them out because it is kind of a struggle sometimes, but if you just take your time, it'll be okay. You can always go in, add more color, and everything like that. And you could even take it back on the lid and take whatever excess color is there and have that help blend out in the crease as well. And then when I've done that, I'm just gonna take a little bit more of that same shade and just keep building. Okay, so the next shade we're gonna take is this one right here from another Morphe palette. It's just a little bit darker than my actual skin tone, but it's gonna help really blend out the edges of that last color we just put on because you don't want it to be too choppy, you want it to fade up towards the brow. So I'm gonna take a more fluffy brush. This will cover a wider area as well. And we're just going to blend out that edge. You don't necessarily wanna go super into the crease, you just wanna get the edge of that color that we just put on. And then next up, I'm going to add just a thin line on the upper lash line so we have something to work off of when we put our false lashes on. So I'm gonna take a matte eyeliner, and this one's from Makeup Forever, and I'm gonna try to keep it as thin as possible. Sometimes when you're working with eyeliner, it can get a little crazy, but try to keep it as thin as possible and have the eyeshadow kind of do the talking. Just like that. You just want to make sure you take it all the way from the inner corner to the outer corner. So now we're going to put on some false lashes. I'm going to take a little bit of mascara and put this on. It will help everything blend together. And then one more thing before we move on to false lashes is I'm gonna take a black eyeliner, and I like this one from NARS because it doesn't smudge on me and I have really watery eyes and it gets crazy sometimes. But this one's really good. It's the larger than life eyeliner, and I'm going to line the upper waterline. Sometimes this looks a little scary, but it helps a ton with your false lash. So you just kind of want to lift up, put this right on that upper waterline. And then for lashes, since Mavis has such fluttery, fun eyelashes, I'm going to take these velour lashes and Oh No They Didn't, which I think is pretty suitable for this look. And they're just really fluttery like that. And I'm gonna measure them out first because these lashes tend to be a little long. So I'm gonna just measure them out and then cut off whatever I don't need. And then we're going to put on some lash glue, let it get tacky, and stick these babies on. It's okay if you see a little bit of the clear glue because it's gonna dry clear, and you can just run some eyeliner over it. But you just wanna make sure you press that inner corner and the outer corner down so they don't start flying away. And then we're just gonna let those dry, and we'll go back to it in just a moment to touch up the liner. But then what we're gonna do is take that same dark black eyeliner we had, and we're gonna put this on our waterline because she has a really, really intense lower lash line. It's really smoked out and really black. So I'm just gonna put this down here. It's okay if it smudges a little bit down there when you're applying it because you're gonna blend it out anyways. Then for the fun part, I love smoking out my lower lash line, so this is my favorite part of any makeup look that I do. I'm gonna go ahead and take this black right here. It's just a nice matte black shade, and a really tiny brush, one that has more of a sharp edge, and we're gonna dip it into that black, tap off the excess, and then really press this up against the lower lash line. Just like that, and you wanna make sure you connect it to your the outer corner of your eye. Okay, so next up we're gonna go ahead and blend this out. My favorite brush to use when blending it out is a 219 from MAC. It's my favorite pencil brush ever. And we're gonna take the lighter brown shade that we used in the crease and blend it out with that. Again, tap it off. And for me, sometimes I drag it down really low, but I'm gonna keep it just right here. Not gonna go too far down with it. Another thing you can do is take another blending brush that's clean or doesn't have a lot of product on it, and you can just blend this out as well. And then another super important thing I've noticed about Mavis is her lower lashes are so crazy and beautiful. They're really, really fluttery, just like her top lashes are. So I'm just gonna take my mascara and I'm going to put it on my lower lashes. So moving on to brows, Mavis's brows are really simple and kind of thin, so we're not gonna do anything too crazy. We're not gonna have a really crazy arch. We're just going to fill in what we got. So I'm taking the Anastasia Dip Brow, just my favorite product to use, and fill them in. Okay, so really quickly, since I have the eyes and eyebrows done, I'm just gonna go back in with that same brush we used for the crease and just blend out one more solid time. And then since that has dried, we're just gonna take a Q-tip and very lightly just kind of dust it over that mascara. Another thing about Mavis is she has really rosy cheeks, so I'm gonna take this blush from Estee Lauder in Sensuous Rose, and we're just gonna put this on our cheeks, not do bronzer, not do contour, because her cheeks are just like bam, super rosy. So I'm gonna take this, and I like to smile and then put it on more of the apples of my cheeks and brush it back. And then blend it out with a duo fiber brush like this. And then last but not least, my favorite part is a vampy lip. So I'm going to take this lip liner from Urban Decay in Blackmail. This isn't the same color as the lip color I'm using, but that's fine because it'll just go over it. It's just gonna give us an outline so we don't go over our lips. So last but not least is this Kat Von D liquid lipstick in Damned. This is so pretty and very intense. The most important thing with these liquid lipsticks is they go on a little sheer, but if you just stop, let them dry, and apply one more coat, it will be nice and opaque. And with these, you can feel it kind of get tacky once it gets dried. So I'm gonna go over another time. And then just to make it a little bit creamier, since these do dry matte, I'm going to take Matte Blackmail by Urban Decay and put this over top. This really deepens it up and gives it a little bit more of a creamy look. So with this look, you can just do the smoky eye and do like a nude lip for if you're going out. If you want to be extra vampy and have some fun, you could go with a darker lip like this. And then to take it the extra mile, you can go do what I'm about to do and put on a wig and do a full-on Halloween Mavis look. Okay, so here's the full Mavis, a can't miss for your Halloween parties this year. And speaking of can't miss, check out Hotel Transylvania 2, opening in Regal Cinemas September 25th. To get your tickets early, click the link below, and don't forget to subscribe to the Regal Cinemas YouTube channel for more fun videos like this one.